The city was quiet. The mist had rolled in off the river, and Foggy Bottom was living up to its name. The kind of night that makes a man think about where he is and how he got there. Me? I'm a crime fighter. I like redheads, shoes with character, and Charlie Parker's version of embraceable you. I don't like the designated hitter or anybody who takes the easy way out. What's going on?
Hi, Chief.
You're here.
You're here.
I didn't know you'd be here. We're clearing out Ella's office.
Hey, sure, I found the requisition form. He's here.
He's here.
All right, put the stuff down, get out, now.
Yes, Chief.
Did you sign on for this?
Well, on the concept. Yes.
Jack, I have shared 8 desks out in that bullpen. I am tired of other people's lint and old M&Ms. I am your superintendent of detectives. For Pete's sake, I need a real office.
I gave you an office.
A broom closet on the 5th floor.
I did tell her that a covert operation might fail.
I thought you left.
I'm gone.
I tried everything else. I asked you. I begged you. I sent you paperwork. You just ignored me. What was I supposed to do?
Not this.
Jack, listen. Jack, just hear me out. Jack, Ella has been gone for months. You said you let go when Ricky left, but you haven't. It's time. You've got to move on. Come on. Please talk to me.
No, there's nothing to say. It's not your office.
Name's Louis Cato. Lived in an SRO over on Quincy. Had $6 and a disability check on him.
Found dog tags on him, got ourselves a war vet.
Kitchen knife, looks generic. Doubt they're prints, glove weather.
Robbery?
Nah, found money on him.
Oh, that's a pretty bad scar. Find anything else?
Oh, yeah. Just this old bar napkin with some writing on it.
Poetry.
Song lyrics.
You're my part-time angel, always leave
beautiful.
me blue. You're my
Who's
part-time
playing?
angel.
Sonny Farmer, Ella's uncle. He was the hottest thing on U Street back in the 50s.
Yeah, the jazz clubs. My grandfather used to hang out there. Made me take saxophone lessons. Thought I'd be the next Coltrane.
I've never heard of Sonny Farmer.
Well, neither had I. Had one album. Ella said he died pretty young.
Those are the words, exactly, on the napkin that we found.
Who wrote them?
Someone named Charles Boatwright?
So what do those lyrics mean to Louis Cato?
Well, maybe he just liked the song.
Hey, check this out. DC Times, September 1954. Killer vanishes. Jazz musician Benjamin Sonny Farmer, prime suspect in the brutal slaying of singer Dinah Wilson, has eluded district police for more than a week. Authorities believe it to be a crime of passion and speculate that Farmer may have committed suicide.
Did Ella ever tell you about this?
Mm-mm.
Looks like she was researching it.
Maybe she was trying to find out what happened.
2 murders. The record's a connection. Maybe they're related.
50 years apart?
Well, let's dig up what we can on Cato. See if there's a relationship between he and Farmer. See if you can find anybody that worked the old case.
This is my day to volunteer. They don't like us to miss it. Now, why the dean wants an old broken-down cop like me, that's another question.
We need to know about the Dinah Wilson murder.
You got a lead on Sonny Farmer?
No. We just found something on the body. It's probably just a coincidence.
And that was my first big case as a detective. Of course, everybody on the squad was in on it, too. The department was smaller in those days.
You were first on the scene?
Well, me and my partner, Sam Toomer, we got there just as the patrol officers put out the fire. It was set by the killer to cover up the crime. When the neighbors smelled smoke, our guys got there just in time before the place went up.
Was Farmer there?
He was seen going down the back stairs just before the alarm was called in.
A lot of evidence must have been compromised.
Some stuff was charred, but we found a murder weapon. Dinah Wilson was strangled by her scarf. Now, there was blood on it, not hers. Army records showed it was Farmer's blood type.
But you couldn't confirm that because you never actually caught him, right?
We chased leads, even bum ones for years. My partner Toomey chewed on Sonny Farmer till the day he died. And that other guy, that private detective, I don't think he ever gave up.
A PI?
Dinah Wilson came for money, which was a good thing. Because this guy was expensive. This is Raymond Barlow. Oh, he was a player. Had an office on Connecticut Avenue and a knockout redhead for a girlfriend. Rumor was he knew where all the bodies were buried. He always had an opinion. He always let you know what it was. I didn't like him.
Barlow never found Sonny Farmer?
Nobody did. It was like he just disappeared from the face of the earth.
I love you very much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Is it from her?
No, it's not from Maria. It's from Ellie and Kristen, you fool.
Lab results from Cato's jacket, 2 foreign fibers, black acrylic. Matches about 50 million other coats at discount stores this holiday season.
Well, that is a higher power telling us. Call it a day.
Well, this higher power is telling you better turn in your paperwork before you go. Detective? Tell me about Louis Cato.
Retired bartender, lived alone, no family as far as his landlord knows. Survived on disability but paid his rent on time every month. Nothing unusual in his room.
How long did he live there?
6 or 7 years. Was popular with the other tenants. Nobody could think of any enemies or any motive to murder him.
Any connection at all with Sonny Farmer?
Not yet, but we're working on it.
So besides the song lyric, the only thing we know is that Louis Cato fought in the Korean War and that he visits the memorial at least once a week.
And the scars on his hands could be war wounds.
Well, let's see if they are. Look at his military record. Ferris, wait. Find out who he served with and what he did in the war. Ferris.
Yeah.
Ferris. Did the chief put this on what I laughingly refer to as my desk?
Sweets for the sweet.
Yeah, he knows I can't resist dark chocolate. No, I'm just telling him this is not going to make up for an office.
I'll tell him. Hey, Dumps, you ready?
Oh, baby, look, give me 2 minutes.
Honey, the reservation's for 8 p.m., man. We still have to drop Ashley Pearl at my mother's.
A minute, 20 seconds. Cutter, get this file. Yes, sir.
We've heard that before, haven't we? Dinner at Beethoven's, Valentine's, tradition. They won't hold the table more than 5 minutes.
Deputy Chief has a romantic side, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, really sweet.
Cookies, cookies. Where are these cookies?
They're everywhere.
Oh, these people are really into this Valentine's Day thing, huh?
So, you probably have big plans tonight?
Oh, yeah, big plans. A frozen dinner, balance my checkbook. It's real exciting.
I thought you were seeing someone.
Yeah, I was. But she went back with her old boyfriend.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. It was winding down anyhow. How about you? You still with that guy? The one you met in the riot?
Terry? Yeah, I was. Now I'm not. Too much baggage.
Hey, please, you don't need to tell me. You know what? How about after the shift's over, we go grab a bite to eat?
What? Pathetic loser's consolation dinner?
What are you trying to say? No, just two friends grabbing a bite at Finster's.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Good. Oh my goodness, Ashley Pearl. Hey, you. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ain't she sweet? See that girl walking down the street. Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet?
It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
How come you don't have a date?
kind of a long story.
I got time.
Well, there is this girl, woman. I really like her, but we just can't be together.
How come?
I'm a cop. You know that, right? She was involved in this case. We're not supposed to go out with anyone we meet on the job.
How come? She a crook?
No. She was a witness.
Then how come?
Beats me. Them's the rules. But how about you? How'd that bubble thing work out? Was the girl impressed?
She likes the kid that sits behind me.
It's Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, wait a second. Go back. No, the other one.
No, I don't like cartoons.
Give me that thing.
Well, a little more chill here, please. How's that? Perfect. Great.
Hey, Chief.
Thank you. Hey, Nancy. How you doing?
Whew.
Hey, Temple.
Hey.
All right. Who wants a bite?
Oh, street food? It's 9 degrees, Chief.
Oh, that's when it tastes its best. What's up?
Okay, before Louis Cato was drafted, he was a bartender at the High Note Club, one of the places Ella's uncle played. They were also in the same unit in Korea.
We checked his records at the VA hospital. He died of his war wounds in 1953.
So he couldn't have been the guy stabbed in McPherson Square.
The ME says the scars on the hands are old burns.
Which made it hard to get prints, but we were able to get a set. We ran it through the database.
Turns out they were on file from an assault in 1953, a bar fight.
All right, then whose body's in the morgue?
Sonny Farmer.
So we do know that Sonny Farmer eventually came back to D.C. and assumed the identity of his dead Army buddy, Louis Cato.
Could be why he visited the memorial every week.
We also know he was arrested in 1953. So what else do we have on Farmer? Any connection yet to the Janet Wilson case?
Zero. The department budget was cut in the 70s. No money for storage. The paperwork was destroyed.
Which also means that 9 times out of 10, the physical evidence was destroyed.
Yes, but that also means there's a 1 in 10 chance that they kept it.
Yeah.
Which is why you're going to check out the central warehouse. Right?
Right.
In person. Where's your partner?
He's on his way in.
Call him. Tell him to swing by the High Note Club. There's a piano player there. Been there since the 50s, Colette Upshaw. You can talk to her while you're at the warehouse.
In the 50s, this place was it. Everybody played here. Bird, Dizzy, Miles, And Sonny, right up there with them.
And you were in the house band with him and Dinah Wilson?
Not many girl musicians back then. Most of them were singers like Dinah. She was the one who got Charles to give me a chance.
Charles?
Boatwright. He owned the place. Or would have owned it if he hadn't been so deep in debt to Al Rizzulo.
A loan shark.
The band had another name for it. Not so complimentary.
They all borrowed money from him?
Or bought dope. And it ruined their lives. It was parasites like him that killed U Street.
Sonny Farmer and Dinah Wilson, what exactly was their relationship?
Why, they were in love, sugar. If you can call it that when it hurts that much.
You're my part-time angel. Always leave me blue. You're my part-time angel. Never ever true.
I was there every night. I saw it all. The way Charles Boatwright looked at Dinah, like he couldn't get enough of her.
I can't sing.
And that mobster Rizzulo was the same, even though he was always with a different girl.
I'm missing that devil of an angel in you. The days you
When they
loved
made
me
music,
can be oh so
Sonny and Dinah were magic.
The nights
The rest of the time they blew hot and cold. They were both too temperamental for their own good.
She a piece of heaven or what, huh?
Yes, sir, Mr. Rizzulo.
And Al Rizzulo was after Dinah, trying to hook her on heroin. Sonny hated that. Sonny wanted to take her on tour, get her away from Al. That made Charles pretty unhappy. Dinah was his big draw. When she died, he fell apart. Sold the club a year later. With her gone, it just wasn't the same.
You got a death wish or what?
I haven't even crossed the threshold.
Well, under the circumstances, discretion might be the better part of Ella.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's so much stuff in my so-called office I can't even find my chair. Thank you.
He might come around. He's been known to do it before.
Yeah, his holding on to Ella isn't healthy. You know that.
Yeah, he knows it too.
Then why is he doing it? Because I can't take her place? I know that. Nobody can. I told him that.
Well, sure, he wants you here, and we need you here.
Thanks. I wish she was here too, you know. She sure brought out the best in Jack.
Yeah, not just him.
She'd have found me an office if she'd had to build it herself.
Think this old man can give us anything?
It's worth a shot. Said his partner never let it go.
Oh, the odds are against us. Nothing in that warehouse but 1954 dust.
Most of which is still in my hair. Boy, DeBrino sure skated on this one.
He's got a talent for that.
You guys okay?
Why not?
I don't know. Just got pretty heated there for a while, that's all. Wasn't sure if you'd stay partners.
Neither was I.
Detective Gallagher!
Hey, thanks for coming. I went by Toomey's place last night. His widow let me look through the basement. It's against policy to keep everything. But my partner Toomey couldn't let this case go. The reports are in here, too.
Is that blood on this scarf?
We took that from around her neck.
It's old, 50 years. We're on the outside edge of the new DNA testing, so this is going to take some time.
But if we can find it, we can see if it matches Sonny Farmer's, which we couldn't do 50 years ago.
Yeah, science marches on.
You can't keep on ignoring me. You're killing me. I'd rather see you dead than with that snake, Sonny. I saw his signature on his Army records. This looks the same.
He was involved with the victim. They fought all the time. And he wrote her a threatening letter.
Fire was set to cover up the murder. Sonny Farmer had old scars on his hands that looked like severe burns.
And that's probably his blood on the scarf. I know the chief wants to clear this guy, but right now, Sonny's looking guilty as hell.
I spoke to Clive. Ella told him about the case. She was about 4 or 5 at the time. She remembers her father taking her to this place where there was a band playing. There was a guy who said he was a detective, and her father insisting that Sonny was innocent.
But they never saw him again.
No. When they finally had to admit that he might be dead, Ella cried for days.
And he was alive all these years. I wish Ella could have known.
Yeah, me too.
Good night, Jack.
Night, Joe.
Don't stay up too long.
Okay.
I'll go powder my nose, see if I can strike up a conversation.
Is Uncle Sonny here?
Hey, hey! Hey, man! You can't bring no kid in here.
Uh-oh, the weather's getting cloudy.
I'm Earl Farmer, Sonny's brother. I came to get his things. He's got sheet music and some pictures in his dressing room.
It was all trash. I threw it away.
I'd like to see for myself.
Damn it, I said it's all trash. I threw it away. You calling me a liar?
Hey, now, wait a minute. It's free country. Why don't you let the man take a look?
Who the hell are you, Slade?
Barlow, private detective. I'd like to ask your people some questions.
You can ask my people questions on their own time, all right, Mr. Barlow? You got 5 minutes, else someone call me a real cop. It's a cute little girl. Real cute. Come on.
He didn't do it, Mr. Barlow. My brother's innocent.
Oh, 90% of the crooks I nab say the same thing. You know where he is?
I mean, he's got a temper, but he ain't no killer. He ran because he was scared. Come on, Ella.
Makes you want to move to the country and grow petunias.
Some crimes are like Armstrong's high notes. They echo in places you never dreamed of, and you never forget them.
Come on, I'm late as it is.
Have you been driving? Yeah, working with Sanchez this week. Oh, okay.
Hold it! Don't worry, you're not gonna catch anything. Yeah, it's for Kevin.
He's out today.
Well, you'd say that even if he wasn't. Look, the case is over, Detective. When are you gonna get past this?
I'm not talking to you.
I am sorry that I lied in your court case. But I was scared that Lester's friend would kill me if I didn't.
Nothing's your fault. You're innocent.
Look, I am not a bad person. I led a bad life before, but I'm different now. I can't believe I was lucky enough to meet Kevin. I don't even know if he cares about me. You know what? I'm trying as hard as I can to be someone worth caring about.
Was that who I think it was?
Something you want to talk about?
I got an address of Charles Boatwright's daughter. Chief knows the DNA will probably nail Sonny Farmer, but he wants us to talk to her anyway.
Where is she?
McLean?
Let's go. How much money gives you the right to be rude?
I don't know. 3 million? 5 million?
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. This is Detective Page. I'm Detective Paris.
Ada Boatwright?
McAllister. Boatwright was my maiden name. And my first name is Aida, like the opera.
We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly.
Your father was Charles Boatwright. He owned the High Note Club on U Street?
Yes, but my father has been dead for many years. What is this about?
Murder. A man named Sonny Farmer played at your father's club.
Mr. Page.
Detective.
You know how long ago that was? My father sold the High Note in 1954. I knew someone from there had been killed, but that's all. My father never talked about it.
The victim was a singer, Dinah Wilson. Sonny Farmer was accused of the crime.
He was a fugitive. There was no sign of him until 2 days ago. He was found stabbed to death.
I'm sorry, but I still don't see how I can help.
Do you remember anything you might have heard or seen at the time of Dinah Wilson's murder? Anything your father might have mentioned, or anyone who worked at his club?
I was a teenager. I wasn't allowed at the club. My father wanted me brought up with the finer things in life. And when all of that unpleasantness happened, I was at boarding school.
Unpleasantness?
That's how my father thought of it. And when it was all over, he just wanted to leave that part of his life behind.
Something didn't seem right, so we did some checking.
Aida Boatwright wasn't at boarding school the year Dinah Wilson was murdered. She didn't go till almost a year later.
Are you saying she's a suspect? What did she have against Dinah Wilson?
No, it's the timing. That's the year her father started trying so hard to be somebody else. He sold a club, moved out of the neighborhood, and sent his daughter away to boarding school.
Doesn't mean he killed anybody. She did say he was trying to leave that part of his life behind.
Yeah, but why? Yes, he was grieving over Dinah, but that seems like a pretty extreme reaction.
And then there's the money.
What money?
Boatwright's? Aida Boatwright's husband is a minister, but they own the mansion they live in McLean. And she lived there before she was married, so it's her money, not her husband's.
Probate says that she inherited it from her father.
Where did he get it? Didn't make that kind of money selling that club.
The loan shark? Maybe Rizzulo and Boatwright were into something.
The loan shark would have taken all the profits. No indication that either murder was committed for money.
No, doesn't mean they weren't. Okay, thanks. Keep digging. I hear something again. These lips I'm kissing ain't what I'm missing. These lips. There's something else going on there. Were you seeing Charles Boatwright?
Me? I told you, Detective. He had his eye on Dinah.
But she was seeing Sonny. Boatwright was a widower. He could have been dating somebody else, someone who knew how he felt about Dinah.
Who was jealous? Could have been. But it wasn't me. You're not the first one to ask, though. That private eye, Mr.
Barlow?
Barlow. He knew that Dinah's murder wasn't as simple as the police thought. He was so nice, too. The only one who listened to me.
About what?
The fight that Sonny and Charles had that day. Charles got so mad, he fired him.
That is not yours! Get it through your head.
So Sonny was angry and hurt when he went to see Dinah.
He didn't go to see Dinah, at least not at first. He went out and got drunk. It was Charles who went to see Dinah, talk her out of going on tour with Sonny. I heard him on the phone, making sure she was home.
How do you know Sonny didn't get there first?
I got a call from Lefty's Tavern 10 minutes after Charles left. Sonny had been there for hours. He was so drunk, they wanted me to come get him. I did. Made him some black coffee, and then he went to Dinah's.
Why didn't you tell my detective this?
I didn't think he'd care. Nobody did back then.
You're wrong. The original detectives never forgot that case.
They never forgot Sonny Farmer. They'd already decided that he was guilty.
So Charles Boatwright was with Dinah the night she was murdered, too. And he was in love with her. Even wrote a song for her.
Charles? That man couldn't write music to save his life. He was tone deaf.
His name's on the album. He wrote Devil of an Angel.
No, he didn't. We were too scared to tell anybody. Charles said he'd fix it so no other club would hire us.
Sonny Farmer wrote that song. For Dinah. And for you. You were in love with him. That's why the police wouldn't listen to you.
They thought I did it just to protect him.
Hey, Butterfield says he's gonna have the DNA results today. Swears by his kids.
I don't think he has kids. How'd this get here?
Delivered in person by the sender.
He was gonna call, he'd have called.
Okay, then if you can log onto the ASCAP website and also BMI, and if it's not there, just call them first thing in the morning, okay? Thanks. Hi.
So, did I miss something?
No. The clutter in my office just reached a critical mass. I needed a place to work.
So you're squatting in mine.
I took some initiative, yes.
That's not what I call it.
Okay. What would you call it?
Call it pushy. As in, pushy Dame.
What'd you do last night? Watch His Girl Friday?
I'm going.
Yeah, good.
Oh, and speaking of fiction, you can please take me out.
Take you out.
Yeah, the memoirs, chapter 6. It never happened
Those
that
are my
way.
memoirs, Sherry. You shouldn't be reading it. They're
They were right there. I'm
no,
sorry.
they're mine.
Sorry.
Sherry, this isn't about an office. I mean, what is the problem, all right?
Okay, you want to do this?
Yeah.
You want to talk about us, about me and what I'm doing here?
Yeah. You are superintendent of detectives. Most of the time, you do a good job. What is the problem?
You tell me. You made this big pitch to get me out here, and then you don't even give me an office. You tell me I have an important job, and I never even see you.
That's
We
because
don't
I
even
trust you.
interface.
That's
I'm
because I
working on
delegate
cases
to you,
out
Sherry.
here.
That's why I love you.
Did you just say you love me?
It was a figure of speech. I love how you do the job.
So you don't love me?
I do love you.
Why won't you give me an office?
I'm working on it. I'm looking
Jack,
for...
do you know how this is undermining me? Do you realize that? How do you expect my detectives to respect me when they don't even think that you respect me?
Oh, come on, I'm looking for an office.
No, Jack, you are stalling.
Don't tell me what I'm doing.
Don't tell me what I'm feeling.
What are you feeling?
We can't do that.
Why? What are you feeling?
You smell really good. It's not a good idea.
It was an accident.
Really? Was it? What if it happens again?
So what if it will?
Well, you know that's not good. We can't do that.
Why?
You know why? I think I better rethink.
Thinking is not good enough. Relaxing. Just don't think. Just relax, Sherry. Come on. Those are my memoirs. The memoirs.
Chapter 5 was okay. We've got all our pieces together. Let's see if any of them fit. Sonny Farmer wrote Devil of an Angel. That's why the lyrics were in his pocket. But Boatwright put his name on it after Sonny disappeared. The album had been recorded but not yet released.
That doesn't prove he framed the guy for murder.
That's possible. Boatwright needed money to pay off a loan shark.
And the timeline fits. Charles Boatwright got to Dinah's place the day of the murder at least a half an hour before Sonny did. So let's imagine she's expecting Sonny. She's not too happy to see Boatwright. She tells him she's going to go on tour with Sonny. She's leaving the club.
He gets mad. They argue.
He strangles her, he panics, and he sets the fire to cover it up.
He bolts. Sonny comes in a few minutes later, burns his hands, trying to put out the fire.
He saw Dinah was dead, knew what people would think, and he ran.
Now, Boatwright denied that he was there, and the police didn't believe Colette Upshaw, so Sonny remained the suspect.
So stealing the music was a crime of opportunity. Boatwright took a gamble that Sonny would stay gone.
Yeah. Sonny was wanted for murder. Burned his hands so he couldn't play anymore. Makes sense.
And that allowed Boatwright to get away with it.
It's a great theory, but where's the hard evidence? And how much money could Boatwright earn from that song anyway? I mean, I hadn't even heard of it before this case.
All right, the lab says that the blood type on the scarf is Sonny Farmer's, but it's not his DNA. Enter.
ASCAP's record on the song.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the money.
What are you doing here?
We have a search warrant.
I know why you're doing this. You think my father killed Dinah Wilson, and you want some kind of DNA.
Place your hands behind
What?
your back.
Aida Boatwright. You're under arrest for the murder of Sonny Farmer.
What?
Chief.
Yeah.
A black acrylic coat and a pair of gloves were stuffed in the bottom of her trash. CSU thinks there are traces of blood. And her maid said she went out that evening. Got back way after midnight.
Good job.
All about the song royalties. After all these years, Sonny Farmer finally came back to get what was his. She killed Sonny for money, her father killed Dinah for love.
Such is the stuff that dreams are made of. Resignation?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What are those?
Keys?
Ella's office?
No. No, but you were right about that. I need to pack up and move on.
But you're not giving it to me.
No. I'm giving you something bigger and better, a lot more light, windows.
Whose is it?
The liaison to the mayor.
Oh, you mean a spy?
Mm-hmm. If anybody deserves your broom closet, it's him.
Okay. Jack, does he know?
No. No, but he will when you tell him.
Me? Jack?
We cracked the case, Ella. I wish you could have been there. Who knows? Maybe you were. Sonny was innocent, and you were his heir. They used his song on a TV show in the 60s. It's not a gold mine anymore, but with a little savvy investing, it'll pay for Ricky's college. An office is just a bunch of stuff. Yours won't be here, but you will. You hate goodbyes as much as I do. Love can knock out time. It can even put death on the ropes. But it needs help. And that's why I'm a crime fighter. Come in. Hey.
My new office is fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, Sherry, come here a minute. You want to hear something?
Sure.
Come here.
Oh, I love that song.
I know.
It's no good unless he loves you.
You can be so damn sweet. And such a pain in the ass.
When you need someone, all the way.
Oh,
that's how it begins to feel deeper than my deep blue sea.
Danger with a capital D beams aboard Deep Space Nine in an hour and goes looking for Esri and Worf. Don't miss legendary sci-fi from the Star Trek universe at 8. Right now, though, we go back to the source when Peter and Kane return to the site of the temple where Peter grew up and find all is not well. Kung Fu: The Legend continues next.